Most of my success has come down to 3 things: hard work, talent, but most importantly,
you gotta build empires before you party, bro.
this is what the biggest companies in the world think about. Competition is for losers. We closed 27 clients in 1 weekend. Crazy innovation. You could literally charge 25 grand. Liver King, I need to buy like every liver supplement on the planet. How come you haven't gotten a multivitamin? Everyone's brain works this way, whether you like it or not. You get a lot of clients. This is one of the most important lessons I could have taught you. All right. Who is tired of hearing what makes you guys different? Who is done with this question?
Not really.
I never hear that.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic, but all right. If you figured that out, then this training is not for you, Lawrence. This training is for everyone else.
I'll stay on.
You don't have to be here, my friend. But
I love it.
Hope you're doing well.
Amazing.
All right. On a serious note, who feels like every time they hop on with a prospect, they're like, this sounds like everything else I've already tried? Unless you're in Ireland, like Lawrence, and you are the Conor McGregor of agencies, who else is tired of hearing
They're
this?
after me, Lucky Charms. Conor McGregor.
Ooh, Captain. Ooh,
I had a motherfucker tell me, would I wear a blazer? Like, I had some people who think I was Conor McGregor. One motherfucker, this is like before the pandemic, thought I was Conor.
Jeremy, we gotta keep going though. We got no, we can't do like 10-minute rant, okay? I gotta rein you in today because I got some things planned. Okay, I'm gonna reel you in because I know we're about to go into a 10-minute story, which is probably fucking amazing. But let's get to it at the end. All right. If you're tired of hearing what makes you guys different, then this training is for you. All right. So this ends once and for all in 2023. I've got a master plan to help you guys out. And the way that we're going to do that is by talking about competition. So as Peter, who here knows Peter Thiel? If you don't know Peter Thiel, he is the founder of
PayPal Mafia.
PayPal
Mafia.
He is the CEO of Palantir, one of the biggest companies that sells to the US government. He's one of the first investors in Facebook, some of the biggest tech companies in the world. He's worth $4.1 billion. And one of my favorite sayings from Peter is that competition is for losers. He literally says competition is for losers. If you're going to start a business, go build a monopoly where you have virtually zero competition. Now, here's the problem. It sounds great and all. He's like, competition's for losers. I'd rather just create a monopoly. I'd rather swim in the blue ocean where there's only 1 or 2 other competitors. But the problem is that in the world of agency, we're constantly swimming in a red ocean full of fish and sharks. And while that's great because there's money to be made, I always say in saturated markets, that means that there's money. Otherwise, it wouldn't be saturated. If there was zero competition, it would mean that there's no money to be made. Or there's a potential that you would literally be seeing a massive golden opportunity. But for the most part, if there's zero competition at all, it means there's no money to be made. Ideally, you want to have a few competitors. But the reality is with agencies, we live in this world where there's new agencies being started every day. Everyone runs a dental agency, a med spa agency, a gym agency, a chiro agency, a roofing agency. Who here knows of at least 5 other people in their niche? Let me see a show of hands. Who here knows of at least 10 people in their niche? Like, how many realtor ad agencies do you guys know? Like, at least, like, I know like 40 people that run realtor ad agencies. It gets worse though. What happens when everyone starts selling the same thing? So not only are there 50 realtor ad agencies, there's 50 realtor ad agencies selling ads. But then it gets even worse. There's 50 realtor ad agencies selling the 10 listing guarantee, Then it gets worse. There's 50 realtor ad agencies that sell the 10 listing guarantee and are doing the exact same strategies to get clients. They're running the same ads, same copy. What happens is you create an echo chamber of everyone looks the same. And then you get on with a prospect and they're like, I've already seen this. What makes you guys different? I've already tried Facebook ads. What makes you guys different? I've already even tried TikTok ads now. What makes you guys different? That is the challenge. And the problem is that the more the market gets competitive, the more the ocean gets red, two things happen. Number one, the market saturates. Number two, the market sophisticates. So what I mean by the market saturating is that there's all these people and it gets really competitive. It gets really competitive. There's a lot of Me Too companies. Everyone looks the same. But the second thing, and this is a more interesting problem, your prospects get smarter. So if your prospect has been pitched 17 times by med spa agencies offering the same service, same guarantee, same everything, literally same demo presentation, same demo freaking presentation. What happens is that the prospect gets smarter. They sophisticate. So not only does the market get more saturated, which means more competition, it gets harder. There's a lot of copying. There's a lot of the same. That's one thing that happens. The other thing that happens is that they get smarter. And they transition from being problem aware to solution aware. When no one is going after, imagine, let's go back like 5 years ago. And guys, this is really important. I know I stopped sharing the slides. I need you guys to focus on this because it's really, really important to go. Let's go back in time. 5 to 10 years ago, no one was offering Facebook ads for realtors. Realtors were problem aware. They were like, shit, how do I get more leads? How do I get more leads? How do I get more leads? They were problem aware. Now, because the market is saturated and sophisticated, they are solution aware. They're like, okay, I know I need leads, but I've already tried Facebook ads. I've actually already tried 5 different agencies. Well, TikTok ads, that's another option. You know what? Let me give it a shot. But then they have a bad experience. Now they've crossed off TikTok ads. They're like, you know what? I'm not going to do TikTok ads anymore. I'm going to cross it off. They become more solution aware. They know what their problem is. They need more listings. They need more leads. And they've already tried Facebook ads. They've already tried TikTok ads. They know how it works. Maybe they've taken a course now at this point. They're like, let me just try it myself. The more a market saturates, the more sophisticated it becomes and the more solution aware they become, which makes it harder for you to stand out. Okay? This is the takeaway. The more the market saturates, the more the market sophisticates, the more solution aware they become. They know all the different solutions. They even know the different agencies that are out there. They could literally name them to you. They're like, I know this one does this one does that, this one does that, which makes it extremely hard for you to stand out and win and dominate. Is that making sense? If that's making sense, drop a 1 in the chat. And the more competitive the niche, like chiro, dental, realtors, gyms, the more this is the case.
The more competitive, the more sophisticated.
The more it saturates, the more sophisticated it becomes, the more solution aware, the more they go away from like, oh, I know I need more patience to, well, I know I need more patience, and I've tried Lawrence's company, I've tried this company, I've tried this company, I've tried this company, and you know what? I think Facebook ads work like this. I know TikTok ads kind of get me these kind of patients. They become more solution aware, and then they hop on a call with you, and they're like, well, I've already tried this. Like, what makes you guys different? How do I know this is going to work this time? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It makes it really, really hard for you to win and gain their trust and sign them up as a client. That is the dilemma that we are facing. And today I want to show you guys how to overcome that challenge for 2023. Make sense? Is this clicking? This is extremely important. This is one of the most important lessons that I've ever shared in this group. And I try to say that as little as possible so that I don't overhype it, but I truly mean it. as I was building out these slides, I realized most of my success has come down to 3 things: hard work, talent, but most importantly, what I'm going to teach you guys today. So you need to have talent, you need to have hard work, but then you need to have this third thing that I'm going to teach you guys today. All of my big growths, like spurts where we just grew very quickly, happened when I implemented what I'm about to share with you guys today. And yes, some of you guys already guessed it. And before I give you guys the answer, I want to give one more example. This is even more important in business models that saturate, sophisticate quickly, like online marketing. Online marketing is filled with rapid amounts of sophistication and saturation. For example, Iman, I think he's creating hundreds, if not thousands of agencies a week. A week. How many new agencies do you guys know? I know I've seen hundreds of new agency owners. How many new car washes have you guys seen pop up in your town? How many new car washes have you guys seen pop up in your town in the last year? 1? If even. So certain business models that are really attractive will saturate more quickly. So this is even more important for us than for other business models. For example, here's another example. How many realtors do you know that got their license this year? Actually, a lot. There's millions of there's millions of realtors. There's thousands that are new every single year, which makes it more important for them as well. Like, this lesson is even more important in the business models that saturate and sophisticate quickly. So it's not just our niche, it's also the business model. That's really what I'm trying to get at. And you have business models like car washes, those tend to saturate slowly. They tend to sophisticate slowly. So if you started a car wash today, you would destroy everyone because you could implement some really advanced shit that none of those people are even thinking about. They don't even know what Slack is. They don't know what Go HighLevel is. I guarantee you, you walk into a car wash, you meet the owner, 8 times out of 10, I'd say 80% don't know Slack, don't know HighLevel. So the takeaway is not, let's start a car wash, although that's hilarious. The takeaway is not, let's start a car wash. The takeaway is, how do we overcome the challenge of our business model and our niches saturating and sophisticating very rapidly? And the answer to that lies in one question. The answer to that lies in this powerful question. How can I be the first agency in my niche to do blank? How can you be the Uber of your niche? How can you be the Airbnb of your niche? How can you be the OpenAI of your niche where you are the first one to do it? Uber was the first company to essentially decentralize the taxi industry. Airbnb, first company to decentralize the hotel industry. They made it accessible to everyone. OpenAI, first company to decentralize, and maybe that's not the right word, but you get what I'm saying. Make it accessible. Maybe that's not the exact right word. Make it accessible to everyone. Make it accessible to everyone. OpenAI made AI accessible to everyone in one day with one product, with ChatGPT. How can you be the first agency to do blank in your niche? Maybe you're the first agency to offer VAs to dentists. Maybe you're the first agency to run recruiting ads for dentists. Maybe you're the first agency to use IG shoutouts to get clients for your agency. Maybe you're the first agency to use ChatGPT to create content for your agency and blow everyone out of the water. This is the question that you guys must ask yourself if you want to beat everyone else in 2023. If not, you're going to end up in this side. The key is not to say, oh, it's saturated, I can't succeed. That's the wrong logic. The right logic is, okay, it's saturating and it's sophisticating quickly. How can I create a blue ocean for myself? Do you see how in this picture is really powerful? They're in the same ocean. They're in the same ocean. And if you actually like look at fish and sharks and all that stuff, like there's areas of the ocean where there's not a lot of sharks. There's areas of the ocean, there are a lot of sharks, a lot of fish, not a lot of fish. The point is, it's still the same fucking ocean. So the key is not to be like, although it was hilarious, the key is not to start your own car wash and be like, I'm going to just go into a niche or a business model that's not competitive. The key is to figure out how you can create the blue ocean within your niche, within your business model, in this case, marketing agency. That is the key. That is how you guys can dominate in 2023. And I'm going to go a little bit deeper and give you guys examples and walk you through what this can look like practically. If this is making sense, drop a 1 in the chat. This is what the biggest companies in the world think about. They ask themselves, how can I create a monopoly through my products or services? Whether it's Airbnb, whether it's Uber, whether it's Google. And of course, there was some competition. Google had a few search engines competing with them. But it was so little. It's not about wiping out competition. It's about creating a blue ocean for yourself so you have virtually zero competition. Maybe a few people doing it, but that's it. So let's keep going. The key, the third pillar of my success, I really think, is innovation. I had talent, worked really hard. Everyone here, you need, like, if you're not talented or working on improving your talent and you're not working hard, it's going to be really hard for you to succeed. But the third piece, which I think a lot of people get stuck in, is they're copying and pasting their way to success. And I say this all the time. If you copy and paste your way to success, you're always going to be in second place. You're never going to grow really, really rapidly. The only way to destroy your competition is to become number one, be the first agency in your niche to acquire clients through TikTok content. Be the first agency in your niche to offer TikTok content to your clients. Be the first agency in your niche to offer VAs to your clients. Those are just examples, but that is how you can come in and gain a huge piece of the market and blow up quickly. And if I look back, and I'm going to do a whole rundown of Atlas Digital and how it worked, but if I look back at my success, the times where I went out and closed a lot of clients at once is when I innovated. So the third piece to the puzzle of success in the agency game, yes, you got to be talented. Yes, you have to work hard. But most importantly, you got to innovate, or else you're going to be always in second place. And actually, it's going to be more like 17th place. Cool. So there's 4 main areas of innovation. You can go into a blue ocean niche, but the problem with this is that you don't hold your number one spot for too long. So for example, I'm going to call on Tony. I freaking love Tony. He was smart. So he had talent. He worked really hard. And he was like, what are some niches that no one else is going into? There's a guy in the program, Sean. Love Sean to death. Great guy. He was like, you know what? I'm talented, work hard. What's a niche no one else is tapping into? Tree care. Really good thinking. The problem with that logic is that as soon as you go into it and people start seeing your results, it's extremely easy to then go and copy what you're doing and be right next to you. So that is a way to think about innovation is, hey, what markets can I go into? What industries can I go into that are untapped? But this is also the weakest one. This one is the area of innovation that you barely can hold on to. The next 3 the next three, well, actually the next two are here. Let me just meet people. If you're, I don't know who that is. Someone's dog is barking. One sec. Okay, we're good.
Dogs are barking.
All right. Let me see here. So the 4 areas of innovation, I'd say the first one is the one that you hang on to the least. Area number 2 and number 3, you hang on to for an average amount of time. And then the last one, you hang on to the longest. Because it's really hard for people to come in and just model quickly. So blue ocean niche, auto detailing, tree care, stem cell. Like, for example, if everyone is going after dentists offering Invisalign and you come in and you say, hey, I'm offering dentists all on for treatment, or let's say that you're working with chiropractors. There's a guy in the program, Ben, he did this really, really well. I don't know if he's on right now. He's in high school. He's working with chiros. He's crushing it. Everyone else was offering, I'm going to get you adjustment patients. He said, I'm going to come in and help you get knee pain patients. They're higher quality patients. So you guys can also innovate within your niche, but it's like the kind of the market that you're attacking. The challenge is as soon as people start to see it and it works, I could just go right into it and boom, we are caught up immediately. I catch up to you immediately just by making a decision to go into that space. So it's probably the easiest way to go into a blue ocean, but it's the hardest to defend and maintain. It's going to get red really, really quickly. All right. Number 2, blue ocean acquisition strategy. This is the second area of innovation. How you get clients. I've said this now multiple times to people. Instagram shout outs have been proven to work in other industries. People use Instagram shout outs. No one that I know has, actually I know one person now, because I personally asked them to do this and they're going to crush it because they were first. You could reach out to influencers in your niche. So for example, let's say that you work with dentists. Don't you like, aren't there are dental influencers out there that have thousands of followers. You could pay them to be like, hey, would you be willing to do a brand deal where I pay you to do a shout out? That has never been done. So it's going to be extremely effective. I'll give you another example. No one was going to events and pitching a guaranteed offer for chiropractors. What did I do? I went to Parker seminars and I pitched. I had 2 banners with our guarantee. Chiros, that was new for chiropractors. We closed 27 clients in one weekend. 27 clients. You know what's really interesting though? The second year we went back and we closed like 5 or 6 clients. Same strategy. Why didn't it work as well? Because we did the same thing. The market had sophisticated, it had saturated, and we didn't adapt. You see, we went to the seminar and we did the same exact thing. We let the market saturate, we let the market sophisticate, and we had the same banners, same offer, nothing changed. Huge drop in results. It proves the point. When we were the first people to go to an event, have a guaranteed offer on banners, close 27 clients in a weekend. Second time we did it, we only closed 5 or 6. I'll give you guys another example. Do you guys know of people that are building their businesses through TikTok organic content? Yes? Okay, let me ask you. How many agencies do you guys know that do cold email or cold DMs? Like everyone. Who here does cold email or cold DMs? Raise a hands. Show hands. Okay. Quite a few. Who here does organic content? Show of hands. I think there's like 1 or 2. You see the difference here? Because no one is doing it, it's going to be a lot less competitive. And if it works, it's going to be that much more effective because you are not the 17th agency sending the same DM. You are maybe the second or the first or the third agency creating content to attract clients.
Joel, if I can interject really quick, we got a lot of engagement in the chat. Specifically, we got a question that I would love it if you can answer, which is how can you be innovative when you're starting out your agency?
Say, I think Marcus, if it would really help a lot if you could write the questions on a Google Doc and I'll answer them at the end.
Got it.
I think that would be even more helpful because I want to get through this and I might actually cover some of these things right now, but I think everyone overcomplicates innovation. It doesn't have to be building a rocket ship or creating some software that's going to revolutionize your niche forever. It's going to change the game for chiropractors. It could literally be as simple as, oh, well, everyone is doing cold DMs to get chiropractor clients. There's a bunch of famous podcasts with chiropractors. What if I just reach out to the people that own the podcast and see if I can get on, or see if we could do a trade, or see if I can pay them to get on? It could be as simple as that. I'm not asking you guys to build a rocket ship. I'm just asking you guys to be the first in doing something a little bit different. It could literally be doing something a little bit different. It doesn't have to be building a rocket ship. So I guess that is kind of answering the question. If you're new, does this apply to you? Yeah, it's like if everyone is sending DMs, why don't you, instead of sending the same DM that everyone else is sending, why don't you just say it as a voice message? It could be as simple as that. Oh, everyone's sending the same DM. Why don't I send a personalized video? Slightly different. Oh, everyone is sending 50 DMs a day. What if I figure out a system to send 5,000 DMs a day? That is how you guys need to be thinking. It's not about building the rocket ship and coming out with some crazy fucking innovation that takes years of R&D. If you guys came out with something like that, you wouldn't be here. Like that's a different game to play. I'm asking you guys to just be a little bit different and stop copying and pasting. I'm so sick and tired of people really, and I don't blame you guys. I need to do a better job of teaching you guys how to innovate. It's just also the hardest thing to teach because it isn't there yet. It's new. It doesn't exist. That's the challenge. I'm teaching something that's very abstract. But you guys need to really evolve from copy and paste entrepreneurs to pioneers. You guys need to go from how do I copy what works to how can I take what works and make it different, make it new, and be number one. That's how you become number one. If you want to make more money than me, you have to beat me. The only way to it's going to be very hard for you to beat me by being better. It's going to be much easier to beat me by being new, creating your own category and gaining a lot of market share very, very quickly. And then once we catch up, then you beat me by being better, which we'll talk about in a little bit of how that works. And I know this is very maybe theoretical or heady. You guys should go back and watch this replay because it's one of the most important masterclasses I've ever done in Agency Lab. Because it will really make the difference. And actually, after looking back at what separates most of the people that actually succeed or not, a lot of you guys have talent and have hard work. But why is it that maybe one of you guys blows up more quickly? Why is it that Vimal went from 0 to 100K a month in 6 months? Vimal is talented. Vimal works hard. But why did he go from 0 to 100K a month in 6 months? It's because he saw a new opportunity. And when I was yelling at everyone to do TikTok ads, he did TikTok ads. And he was the first person to really advertise TikTok ads to dentists and run that offer. And to make it even crazier, he said, I'm going to do a 30-day trial of it. So he actually said, I'm going to be better than everyone and I'm going to be new. And guess what? Huge market share. And now everyone's doing TikTok ads for dentists, 30-day trial. Vimal's having a harder time. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but Vimal needs to come up with a new innovation if he wants to have rapid growth again. Give me a thumbs up if this is resonating. All right. Cool. I hope you guys are being honest. Let's keep going. So, area of innovation number one, the niche. This is the one that is hard to maintain. Number two is how you acquire clients. So, like, For example, who here is doing Instagram shoutouts to acquire clients? All right, Marcus, we got one person.
Yeah.
Marcus has no competition. It's easier for him. He reaches out to these pages and he's like, yo, do you guys do shoutouts? They're like, yeah, no one ever asks us. You see what I'm saying? It gets easier. How many people do you guys know running ads? A lot. I know a lot of agencies that run ads, a lot. So you're going to be the 30th. It's better to be the first or second or even third agency that does Instagram shoutouts versus the 127th fucking agency that does ads for med spas to get clients. All right. Next one, Blue Ocean client results strategy. How you get results. That's another area of innovation. For example, when I was running Atlas Digital, I was like, you know what? I don't want to do call center. There's this company called Digital Ox. He actually used to be a member of Rise. And what he did is he blew up so quickly because he said, you know what? Joel doesn't want to build a call center. I'm going to build a call center for chiropractors. He came in and he took a huge piece of the market share because everyone was offering Facebook ads. He came in and he said, I'm going to offer Facebook ads and I'm going to call your leads. Don't worry about calling your leads. He was the first one to do it. So he came in and he grabbed a huge piece of the market. So you can also innovate in how you get client results. It makes it easier for you to be on the demo presentation and be like, well, this is what makes us different. Everyone else is doing Facebook ads. We are the first agency to call your leads fully done for you. We have a full system. We have a whole call center ready to go, trained on how to handle medical leads and get them to show up and connect with them emotionally before the appointment. So by the time they walk in the door, they already know who you are, they like you, and they trust you. Then you're on the phone with this prospect and they're like, this is interesting. I haven't heard this before. Let me give you guys two more examples. I had figured out how to get prepaid patients for Atlas Digital. I was the first one to do it. And then I ran ads to that offer. I said, chiropractors, get patients that prepay and show up, guaranteed. I got so many clients from that ad because I was the first one to offer prepaid patients to the chiropractors. And when they hopped on the call with me and they were like, what makes you guys different? Well, everyone runs Facebook ads. And guess what? What happens when they run Facebook ads? You get shitty patients, low quality, and they don't show up. Well, what if I could tell you, Dr. John, that we can get patients that prepay for the appointment and show up at least a 90% show up rate? Oh shit, that's amazing. Wow. So you guys can also innovate on how you get clients results. Here's another thing that I did. I set up a coaching program for my clients. So one of the big objections for the clients is like, how do I get, once they come in, how do I turn your leads into an ROI? Well, I said we were the first agency to offer a coaching agency hybrid where we'll run your ads and we'll coach you on how to actually get results. All right, here's the last area of innovation. The offer, what you actually offer. This one is probably the one that you can maintain. These right here are hard to, I'd say like this one's the easiest to do, hardest to maintain. These two are like kind of in the middle. And then this one is probably the hardest to do, easiest to maintain, because there's a lot of setup that goes, there's a lot of setup that's involved. So for example, if you become the first person to crack the code on influencer marketing for med spas, there's a lot that goes into it. You're pioneering, you're innovating. I don't have the scripts for you. I don't have the videos. So you can't just go watch a course. So the next agency that's just starting out and they became a little fish in the ocean, they're not going to be able to swim in the blue ocean. They're going to be stuck. They're not going to be able to copy you because they don't know how to. They don't know how to get to that blue ocean side because it hasn't been done. So if you are the first one to figure out how to do VAs for lawyers and automate legal tasks, I don't know what legal tasks there are. I know there's a lot of stuff, but if you're the one who can take the time to figure that out, set that system up, it's going to be completely open blue ocean. You're like, hey, not only do we run your ads, we also place a VA to automate all of your tasks. The offer is the hardest one to implement, but easiest one to maintain. Because let's say that you do offer influencer marketing for dentists, for Invisalign, and you get all these famous people to come into the practice. You could charge so much money for it. You could literally charge 25 grand. If you figure out how to do legit influencer marketing where a famous influencer will fly out, come in, you could charge 25 grand. And that's just your foot in the door offer. That's even before you do ads. No one else has figured it out. That's the challenge. You want bigger rewards, you're going to have to take bigger risks. And it might, here's the interesting part. If you copy and paste your way there, it's proven to work, but you're also going to get always mediocre results. Whereas if you take a risk, it might fail. If you go and try to innovate and pioneer, it might fail. But if it doesn't, you win big and you dominate. All right, let me keep going. I know I'm going a little slow here. So here's why innovation works. Number one, there's virtually zero competition for a period of time. So it gets easier. The game of business gets easier for a period of time. Now, once everyone catches on and starts doing it, because again, remember, we're in a business model where there's thousands, it sophisticates and saturates quickly. So even if you innovate, it's not going to last that long. But for the period of time where it doesn't last, or for the period of time where it is lasting and you are in first place, business gets easier. It gets easier to prospect. It gets easier to close. It gets easier. Everything else gets easier. And then number two, here's also why innovation works. This is one of the most important lessons that I could teach you. People buy and trust new, not better. People buy and trust new, not better. This is something that I learned from Russell Brunson, actually. It's easier to do an opportunity switch than an improvement offer. So it's easier for me to be like, try this new thing than try this better thing. If you've been trying to lose weight for years and you can't, and I come around and I'm like, hey, I'm the 12th personal trainer that you're working with. You're not going to trust me. You're going to be like, I've already tried 11. What's different this time? Whereas if I introduce you the keto diet or CrossFit or the liver diet, and you've never tried that before, you are much more open-minded to buying and trying it out. People buy new way more easily than buying better. People buy new way more quickly and easily with less resistance to buying better. If you have to come in and say, hey, you've already tried Facebook ads 17 fucking times. We're the 18th agency, but we're better. The only way for you to actually get them as a client is to actually be better. And that's really hard. That requires you building a legit brand with case studies, with results over a long period of time. And most of you guys are not there yet. You have to actually be the king. Be like, well, you haven't tried us and we're the best one. Like, fine. But most of you guys, it's going to be way easier to just come up with something new to sell them. So you could say to them, hey, you've already tried Facebook ads 17 times, but have you tried us using ChatGPT to create unlimited content for your entire business? Email marketing, TikTok content, everything. We're going to run all the scripts, send it all using AI technology. We're going to create an entire content machine all built on AI. Have you tried that? Oh, no, you haven't? Cool. It's easier to get them to buy into a new thing that they haven't tried than a thing that they've already tried 17 times.
Rethinking. It's about rethinking, reframing, repositioning, taking the problem apart, deconstructing. When you deconstruct the problems in your niche, you find new solutions and you find new problems. Oh, I've been trying to solve over there, but fuck, I can solve over here. Joel's already solving over here. There's 50 agencies doing that. I can do Facebook. They all do Facebook ads. What if we solved over here? We solve the same problem. We help motherfuckers in X niche make more money and get more clients. but we're going to solve it in a different way.
Absolutely. I think like that's the takeaway. I use that as an opportunity to take a water break. So thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate that. I think like people buy and trust new, not better. So for example, Liver King, I mean, now they don't trust him because he ripped a bunch of people off, but for a while people were like, oh, I need to buy liver supplements. I need to buy fucking like every liver supplement on the planet. I need liver. Like I need to get like, how come you haven't gotten a multivitamin supplement first? You're buying liver before buying multivitamin. It's because you've already seen it. It's not new. It's not sexy. It's not exciting. Keto, CrossFit, Orange Theory. Those are other examples. Here's another example. TikTok ads versus Facebook ads. Now TikTok ads have saturated, have sophisticated. They're not as new, but for a while, everyone was like, yo, I want to try TikTok ads. I want to try TikTok ads. Maybe like 6 to 12 months ago. I want to try TikTok ads. I want to try TikTok ads. Now it's out there. People know how to do it. You can copy and paste your way there. But for a while, it was easy because people didn't try it yet. So you could sell them on this new thing, not a better thing. Instead of saying I'm better than everyone else at Facebook ads, it was, we've got a new thing. We're our own category. That's how you become category king, by creating your own category. And then over time, building your brand and becoming the category king of everything. Here, I'm going to give you guys one last example. There was a guy that I hired for email marketing, and we did 30 days and it went fine. Actually, it went pretty well, but I had to think about, do I want to invest $5,000 a month into this, or would I rather put the money elsewhere? And I actually didn't realize this, but I put the money towards my content team, YouTube consultant, and I didn't even think twice about it because it was new. I hadn't done it yet. So even all of us are wired. I wanted to give you guys a personal example. All of us are wired to buy new, not better. I was like, well, email marketing, it was good. And he was like, well, he literally said, we can get better at it. Give me more time. And maybe I should have given him more time, but I was like, I'd rather allocate this extra $5,000 towards something new that we haven't tried. It was subconscious. I'm sharing that with you guys vulnerably, so you know how that even my brain works this way. Everyone's brain works this way, whether you like it or not. You think, ooh, what's new? Ooh, let me buy that. Whether you like it or not. Let me give you guys some more real examples. Hormozi. You guys love Hormozi, so I wanted to call on him a little bit. He's obviously a legend. So Hormozi, he was the first to run B2B Facebook ads for gyms. He was the first to figure out how to actually acquire gyms through Facebook ads. So while everyone else was doing other things, he was like, I'm gonna figure out how to acquire gyms through Facebook ads. And he blew up. Yes, he was talented. Yes, he put in hard work. Those two things were in place, but he also rode a trend. He also rode a wave. He also became the first person. Remember, he became the first business in his niche to run B2B Facebook ads to acquire gyms as clients. Let me give you another Hormozi example. He became the first one to help gyms go online even before COVID. It was funny because when COVID happened, he was running ads being like, guys, I've already cracked the code. I launched this program last year. He was the first one to help gyms add an online program. It was called the hybrid model. I'm sure anyone in the gym niche remembers those ads. He was the first person to figure out, how do I help gyms go online? So remember, he had a blue ocean acquisition strategy and a blue ocean client results strategy. He had figured out how to help gyms go online, different way to get results. He had figured out how to run B2B Facebook ads for gyms, different way to get clients. Atlas Digital. I was the first one to run a guarantee for Kairos, 50 leads in 30 days. I was the first one to do prepaid patients. I was the first one to figure out spinal decompression patients. Or at least market it, or one of the first few. I was the first one to do pay per show. I don't know of anyone else that went to an event and had a booth with a massive fucking guarantee. I went to an event, had a booth with a guarantee. I was like, no one else is doing this. 27 clients in one weekend. Agency Lab. I was the first one to do a guarantee with coaching. I had my 100 appointments guarantee. You know what's fascinating? Agency Lab was kind of plateaued. We launched 100 appointments guarantee. Boom, take off. First one to offer guarantee with coaching. Let me give you other examples. When I launched the TikTok ad agency program, I was the first one to launch the TikTok ad agency program. Guess what? We had a massive burst of clients. A big group of people joined. I literally had put $10,000 of my own money. Maybe it wasn't exactly 10. I don't know exactly the number, but it was thousands of dollars. And we put thousands of dollars into running ads on TikTok to figure it out and innovate on your behalf. We literally launched this a year ago. Me and Isaac took time out of our day to innovate on behalf of Agency Lab members. And we spent our own money figuring it out because we knew two things would happen. Number one, if we figured out, you guys are going to get way better results. Number two, it's an easier thing to sell. It's easier for me to be like, yo, I'm going to help you launch a TikTok ad agency. Then I'm going to help you get 5 clients because it's new. So we had a huge burst. It was like that month. It was like wild, like so many people signing up, so many people signing up, so many people signing up. Let me give you guys more examples. I was the first one to partner with Go. Here's an example of how I acquired clients differently. I was the first one to partner with Go HighLevel and do a 10-day course. Paulson and I were collaborating, and I found a way to get him to let me do a 10-day course in Go HighLevel's community. I was the first one to do that. Just like you guys could be the first one to convince a dentist to do a podcast with you. You could be the first one to convince a dentist to shout you out on their Instagram. I was the first one to partner with Go HighLevel on a 10-day course, and it was a life-changing piece of content.
You also don't have to be the first to be a pioneer.
Yeah, you gotta be one of these fishies. You see, there's still a few.
Like we have a I wouldn't even call them a competitor. There's someone in our niche who ran a very interesting offer that we found was genius for for appointment generating and for lead acquisition. And it's a very unique thing, and not very many people in our niche are doing it. But sure enough, after we started doing it, we saw a lot of other people start to do it, but we're still doing it better, and we're still doing it more uniquely. And we've already found how we're going to innovate that. So that thing 2 years ago resulted in us scaling in 2021. And now we're going to take the thing that we did in 2021 that worked really fucking well, and we're going to build on it. We're going to innovate it. We're going to do it even better. And it's just going to even, our own competitors aren't even thinking of this, and they aren't even doing it. And I already know that it's going to work. We'll get to that later. But the point is, you can find these little things, these little ahas. And I guarantee you, every single fucking one of you has these intuitions, these little inklings like, ooh, that's different. That's interesting. So, I hadn't thought of that. But I guarantee that many of you ignore it, though. You're like, whatever, got to focus on this. But then pay attention to those little fucking things that are like, oh, that's interesting. That's different. Because you could be one of the pioneers of that thing that, as Joel says, if it fails, so what? But if it succeeds, holy shit, you discovered a blue ocean. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, and actually, I'm not going to get into that. I want to keep going, but love your insights, Jeremy. And I think you're already within a more innovative niche, but let's keep going. Here's some random ones that you guys came up with. I told you guys, send 500 emails. You guys found a way to figure out with a different channel, different strategy, different software. You guys figured out how to send 10,000 cold emails a day. Here's a random one. Everyone else is sending IGDMs. I already mentioned this one. You could send voice messages. Such a small tweak, but it can have such a huge difference. Because think about it. Let's say that a dentist sees the same Instagram message over and over and over again. It becomes noise. Then they see a voice message. It stands out compared to everyone else. Guys, is this clicking drop? Give me a thumbs up. Actually, let's do this. I want everyone to take a 30-second break. 30-second break. I want you to get up because I know this is heady. Because I want you guys fully focused. 30-second break. Stretch, get up, whatever you need to do. Be back in 30 seconds. All right? I want everyone fully energized.
Energize. Let's get energized. Let's get energized. Yeah. Let's fucking go. Let's get energized, motherfuckers. Yeah.
Jeremy, I wish I was where you were right now so I can celebrate New Year's with you, man.
Dude,
I'm on what he's on.
And that's without whiskey. That's
I'm
without
a cheat.
Jameson.
100% agree.
Wait till you come to Ireland.
I am sober. I am on blood.
Jeremy, how long have you been awake?
My brain started waking me up ass early today, but I didn't get out of bed until like 9 a.m. But my brain started waking me up at like 6 a.m. It's been doing that lately. My brain's been like trying to get me to join the 4 a.m. club. Like I'm not setting my alarm for that early. My brain's just like, get up. There's things to do. It's weird. I've had a paradigm shift in my whole lifestyle this year. Like I completely reprogrammed my lifestyle in the last 6 months. It's crazy.
You guys make sure to mute yourselves.
I'm a night owl by nature, but my brain's just been like wanting me to go to sleep early and get up early these days.
It's all good. Well, let's keep going, guys. I wanted to make sure everyone's dialed in. Everyone's dialed in? Yes? Energized? I don't see some cameras. Where'd you guys go? I need you guys fully focused. Again, this one needs to literally sink into your brain. If you guys want to make money. All right, here we go. All right. Few more things. Innovating is hard. So is being the 87th Met Spy agency, guys. Why do I share this? Because a lot of people are going to be like, well, Joel, innovating is hard. Yes, but you have to choose your hard. It's going to be hard to be the 87th Met Spy agency, and it's going to be easier to just copy and paste your way there. But it's also going to be hard to innovate. However, once you figure it out, everything else becomes easier. So choose your hard. Would you rather be the 87th Met Spy agency where it was easier to set everything up, but then harder to close deals and get clients? Or is it better to spend the time to innovate, come up with something new, try it out, get it to work? And yes, it was harder up front, but then everything else becomes easier. For me, I'll choose innovating every single time. Both of them are going to be harder. And innovation matters even more. This is a really important lesson, guys. Again, today is pretty heady, so I want to make sure you guys are fully focused. Innovation matters even more in businesses where it's about what you offer, not who you are. So for example, you guys know the Hermosies? People like they offer consulting and business development support. That's their business. It's not something crazy innovative. They don't have a crazy piece of technology that's blowing up these businesses. Why do people buy them? They buy them because of who they are. They're not buying business development growth. They're not buying consulting. They are buying the Hermosies. They are buying Alex and Layla. When you guys come in to coach, to Agency Lab, are you guys like, I need a coach? Or are you like, oh shit, I've been following Joel for a while. I want Joel to coach me. You guys are buying into the coach, not coaching. On the flip side, your agency clients are buying your agency services. They're not buying you. So innovating becomes even more important when you're competing on the service, what you do, what you offer, not on who you are. There's two types of businesses. There's businesses where people buy who you are. There's businesses that people buy what you offer. Businesses like coaching and consulting, what I do, what the Hermosies do, they buy into who you are. The way that I separate myself is by showing more of me to the world. The way that Alex separates himself is by showing more of him to the world and getting more reach. The way that you guys separate yourselves is by innovating because you're competing service to service. It's like Think about it like this. The Hermosis are selling consulting. You guys are selling TikTok ads. So you guys need to figure out how to innovate here, whereas they don't need to do that. Innovation matters less when the business is based on the brand. Like Peter,
It's actually
one of my-
beautiful that you're
Wait,
saying
wait.
that. That's literally what's on the whiteboard with behind me today.
Let me keep
my
going, Jeremy. Let me
future-
keep going. Let me keep going. Just
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
I'm on a roll
Yeah.
here. So like Peter Thiel says, he says something like this. I don't know if it's the exact same thing, but he says, don't start the 17th sushi restaurant in San Francisco. Now, in a perfect world, he would tell you to start a completely new category. He would tell you don't even start a restaurant, but I love agencies. I think agencies are great because the business model is proven. You just need to figure out how to innovate within it. So for example, you guys need to figure out how to build the first sushi restaurant that's open 24/7. Or you need to figure out how to build the first sushi restaurant that gets you the sushi within 5 minutes. Or you need to build the first sushi restaurant that is a nightclub. Like Komodo in Miami. Like Komodo is extremely popular. Why is it more popular than other sushi restaurants? Because it's a nightclub. You guys need to innovate. So remember, how can I be the first agency in my niche to do blank? That's the key. To get clients in this way, to get my clients results in this way, to offer this. Here's what's going to happen after you innovate. Here's what's going to happen after you innovate. Everyone's going to hop on the trend. The market saturates even more and sophisticates, and you have to start all over again. The key is to innovate about every 90 days in some big way and grab a huge part of the market and then continue to build the brand. So for example, let me actually show you guys. This is what happens. Look at my hands. When I innovated in Atlas Digital, this is what happened. And then then a lot of people would start catching on. Everyone else started offering guarantees. Everyone else started running ads. Everyone else started doing exactly what I was doing. And then it kind of plateaued. And then the only thing that allowed me to grow consistently was brand. Continuing to get clients results, really good product. That provides the consistent long-term growth. This is brand. This is brand. This is innovation. Okay. This is brand. I know it's visual. Hopefully it's clicking. Brand is the consistent long-term growth. Innovation is a huge burst. It's not going to be an infinite burst. It's going to be like and then it'll plateau when everyone else catches up. So you innovate, you become first to market, you get a lot of clients, and everyone else starts catching up, and then it starts to slow down. And then the only thing that's going to give you consistent long-term growth over time is your brand. Am I getting client results? Am I getting my clients good results? Am I putting myself out there? Do I have good brand recognition, all that good stuff. So the key is to innovate about 90 days to get that growth spurt. And then you get a hockey stick growth, and then it'll plateau because again, everyone else will catch up and copy you. And then the brand is the long-term consistent growth. But it's really interesting. My brand right now is in an all-time high in terms of views, in terms of content, everything. But I still got more growth within a 30-day period when I launched the TikTok ad agency program. So right now, Agency Lab is growing very consistently, but I still got more crazy, holy crap results when we launched something new and it was innovative and it was different. So hockey stick growth is the innovation, and then it kind of plateaus because people start copying you. The market saturates, the market sophisticates, your prospects become more solution aware. You're back to square one. That's what happened with Vimmel. That's what happened with Tony. You guys love him, so I'm going to, hopefully they don't mind. Vimmel like this. And then if he wants to have, now he can essentially keep riding little by little, keep growing little by little. But if he wants to have some rapid growth again, he's going to have to come up with something new. Tony went from 0 to 17K a month in 90 days, rapid growth because he went into a new niche that wasn't tapped. Then that's the hardest one to defend. That's the hardest one to maintain. A lot of people started auto detailing agencies. And he said to me, Joel, is this going to fuck me up? And I said, no. Here's why. Tony, if you're watching this, this is one of the most important lessons I could have taught you, and I'm teaching you. I said no. Here's why. It's going to fuck him in the short run. All these people copying him, but it's actually going to teach him the greatest lesson of all, which is to innovate. So in the long run, it's actually going to help him. It's going to force him to learn this lesson very, very quickly. And then if he can learn to innovate, he will destroy everyone. So yes, is everyone going after your niche like going to hurt your results right now? Yes. Could you have gotten to like 20K, 30K a month if you didn't make that YouTube video? Sure. But it wasn't going to be the thing that took you to 100, 200, 300K a month. In order to make that happen, you need to learn how to innovate. And if you can learn now, you are going to beat everyone. That's how you beat everyone, by becoming number one. So it's actually the best lesson. And I think it's actually going to make them way stronger. Now, that's what happens after you innovate. The only way to win otherwise, this is a really good lesson. The only way to win otherwise is to build a brand. Client results, referrals, social proof, product, organic content, authority. The problem with brand is that it takes a long time, and it's the long-term consistent growth. It's not the hockey stick growth. You building a massive brand is going to get you consistently to grow over time. It's not going to give you a huge growth spurt where you got like 70 clients in 1 month. If you want to do that, you're going to need to innovate and launch something that really attracts a lot of people quickly. Again, we're almost done here, guys. Being first will always beat being better. Being first will always beat being better. At the very least, at the beginning, your goal should be to be the first to gain market share. And then once you have 100 clients, if you're like, Joel, I'm done with innovating every 90 days, you have 100 clients, that's fine, because at that point you could build your brand. You could focus on shifting your attention from innovating what you offer and just focus on continuing to improve your brand so that people work for you for who you are and not what you offer. So the takeaway here, stop asking, how can I be better than Tony? How can I be better than Joel? Start asking, how can I be different or new? So here's how to actually innovate. Now we get to the really, I guess, the most important parts. Last 2 slides, guys. Last 2 slides, so bear with me. And then we'll open it up for Q&A. How to innovate. First thing that I like to do is to brain dump. I actually got this. I learned this from a company called IDEO. It's one of the biggest product design companies in the world. They have to come up with ideas all fucking day. It's literally called IDEO.